Hello, hi, welcome back, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. So let's just get started about this. My goal initially when I started this year was to read 4 books a month so that I can read at least 48 to around 50 books by the end of the year. But it's a slow start and falling a bit behind it, but I think I might as well catch up with it. So, oh sorry, I wasn't looking in the lens, I was looking at you. Okay. The first book that I read this month is a poetry book, and it's by Khalil. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. Khalil Gibran, that's how I pronounce it. And it's a poetry book named The Prophet. Regarding this, it's based in the fictional city of Orphalese, or the Prophet Al-Mustafa, who has lived in the city of Orphalese for 12 years, and he's about to board a ship and leave the city to go home finally. And he's stalked by a group of people, and they question him about topics. And this book has topics ranging from love, marriage, children, giving, eating, drinking, to death, religion, beauty, pleasure, prayer, etc. I think it's a very poignant poetry book. And Khalil Gibran was born in the early 20th century, and so this poetry is a bit traditional in the sense of its writing style. And I actually, at first I was finding it hard to understand it, but then I realized that it's actually really beautiful this way and reminds you of the era it was written in, and yet still so relevant for today. There were times in the book when I couldn't relate, or when I would disagree with a certain stanza. But overall, it was really a delightful read, and I think it's really deep. It's very philosophical, the poetry in this book. It sometimes, I think it requires you to go back to it at different points in your life, and you will read it again differently. Maybe you'll not disagree with the same stuff you disagreed with before. Maybe you'll agree with it, and you'll disagree with the other stuff. So I recommend this. I rated this on my Goodreads account. I rated this, I think, 4 stars out of 5. Totally recommend. Second book for January is Tuesdays with Morrie, written by Mitch Albom. I'm still 1/3 or half into the book, and I'm really enraptured. This is the book that while reading in the cafe one day, I was prompted to send a message to my very dear and beloved biology teacher from high school. I am grateful that I still have her number and I'm still in touch with her. This is the book that reminded me about the beauty of life, as well as the hardships and pain that life can bring. But it reminded me of the beauty despite all the pain. So I haven't finished reading it, and I'll give a detailed review once I finish reading it. But I think I've already read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I read that when I was a teenager, so I think I have forgotten a bit about that book. I read a lot of books in my teenage, and I'm now slowly returning to that bookish, book-loving demeanor. And yeah, I definitely think this book, while reading it, even when you're 1/3 into it, it will remind you of a certain teacher in your life, or a mentor, or anyone that guided you, and you will be catapulted. You will be catapulted to send them a message if they're still alive, or just send them prayers if they're not. This book really puts things in perspective in a way. It reminds you of what you're doing on your time on this planet. A really good read so far, and I will update again once I have finished reading it. The third and fourth book that I have lined up for this month, I will bring them just a while. So the third one is by Trevor Noah, and the name is Born a Crime: Stories from a South African Childhood. I saw this on Goodreads. It had pretty good rating, around 4.7 or 8 stars. So just wanted to get it and read this. And I'm trying to read it from as many different authors as possible all over the world. And also, yeah, it's just classics as well. So, and the fourth book for this month is by Oscar Wilde, The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's a classic. I think I know the story a bit, but I'm still not sure that much because I remember the story when I was a bit younger. So I wanted to go through it again and see how it rolls out. So those were my 4 books for this month. I'm really pretty new to BookTube. I don't know how that works. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at ratings on Goodreads and then getting and purchasing books accordingly through that. My goals in joining BookTube or Goodreads is not just to read as many books as possible, is to fall back in love with literature as well as non-fiction and fiction especially. And it's really great because I went to FNAC the other day near Saint Lazare and I found a section in the FNAC that was selling English books, and they had a variety of books. They had a great variety of books ranging from classics from Ernest Hemingway to Edgar Allan Poe, Virginia Woolf, and yeah, many others, just classics and contemporary as well. And I have my eye on a bit on some of the contemporary stuff as well, so looking forward to that. And this was my introductory video for BookTube. I hope I'm able to connect with other like-minded individuals who are into reading and mostly reading fiction. And oh, I also saw a TikTok today that said read non-fiction in the morning and read fiction at nighttime, and I think it's a good way to approach things. Even though I was really sore of reading non-fiction, but I think it can make a difference in terms of I don't know. I'm not really that enthusiastic about nonfiction anymore because I have read a lot of nonfiction over the past few years. So I just want to give it a break and indulge in fiction. And I think there's a limit to self-development or improvement. When you try to improve for the sake of just improving and without any end goal and just reading self-help books, I think I developed an obsession with them at one point, and I need to let go of that. That's why. And just indulge in these types of books more. And yeah, self-help can be self-detrimental when taken too far. That's why I have taken a bit of a break from the self-help books. That's my reasoning for that. I hope you have a lovely day or evening wherever you are. Take care. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.